wet fart, lip for the very first time.
Greetings, cool cats and cosmic kittens. Lay your peepers on this heavy scene of gastro-intestinal destiny.
We're talking about a solid cat named Saint Don Dominico HomoFreakian, a dude with muscles so loud they wake the neighbors and an appetite that digs the deepest grooves.
Dig this. The man danced with a ghost pepper burrito, and now the burrito is calling the tune. The internal rhythm is frantic, daddy-o.
He rushes to the indoor sanctuary, but the sign on the door screams bad vibes. Broken throne. Danger.
Now, with the help of his powerlifting queen, Peace, he's got to make a frantic dash for the ancient shack out back, the spider-infested outhouse at the edge of the universe.
It's a race against time, a battle against nature, and a trip through the sticky web of fate. Snap your fingers for Nature Calls, Episode 3, The Ballad of the Burrito.
The Ballad of the Burrito. Saint Don Dominico HomoFreakian, a man of immense muscle and even immenser appetites, felt a familiar rumble deep in his gut. It wasn't thunder. It was the call, the urgent, undeniable call of the morning's ghost pepper burrito. He charged towards the bathroom, a hero on a noble quest, but his path was blocked. A sign, lovingly handwritten by his wife, Peace, was taped to the door. It read, "Broken throne. Danger. Do not use." "I'm serious, honey." From the kitchen, Peace Don HomoFreakian, whose biceps were as impressive as her baking skills, called out, "I told you that burrito was a bold choice, my love. The plumber can't come until tomorrow." A cold sweat beaded on Saint Don's brow. The burrito was staging a rebellion. There was only one option left. The outhouse. The ancient, spider-infested, rickety outhouse at the far edge of the yard. "Fear not, my sweet," Peace declared, striking a heroic pose. "I shall clear your path to glory." She flexed, and with a mighty shout, kicked the back door clean off its hinges. With a primal scream that echoed through the mountains, Saint Don burst from the house. He clutched a precious roll of toilet paper like a sacred scroll, his muscular legs pumping, his tie-dyed shirt a blur of color against the green grass. Peace watched from the ruined doorway, a single, proud tear rolling down her cheek. "Go, my warrior," she whispered to the wind. "Conquer your porcelain destiny." He reached the outhouse, his hand outstretched for the door, but his path was blocked again. A giant, glistening spiderweb covered the entrance, and in the center sat a spider the size of a dinner plate, flexing all 8 of its hairy legs. For a moment, Saint Don froze. Man versus beast, burrito versus spider. Then, with the courage of 1,000 warriors, he let out another mighty roar and plunged headfirst through the sticky web. The outhouse door slammed shut. A moment of silence fell over the yard. Then, a faint, contented sigh floated on the breeze. Back at the house, Peace smiled and went back to her baking. All was right in the world once more.
Snap. Just like that, the deed is done, cats and kittens. Can you dig the gravity of the situation? And Saint Don didn't just fight a gastro-intestinal revolution sparked by a ghost pepper burrito. He went gladiator on a spider the size of a dinner plate.
That is some heavier at karma blocking the path to enlightenment.
But with Peace Don, that muscle-bound goddess of demolition, kicking doors off hinges like it's a hobby, true love found a way.
The web is broken, the porcelain destiny is fulfilled, and the only thing louder than that primal scream? The silence of a man who just survived his own lunch. Solid. Pull up a stool and dim the lights, Daddy-o. We're spinning the main groove tonight. Episode 4, Nature Calls.
Back in the Sonic Sanctuary, deep in the sticks where the air smells like cedar and high-stakes plumbing. Now, lay your peepers on Saint Don. The cat has a gift. A psychedelic, biological gift. When he cuts the cheese, he paints the air with a
Rainbow fart that turns anxiety into fuzzy peace. It's a chromatic emission, man. A toot of tranquility.
But even a magical colon obeys the laws of physics.
On tries to tell his lady Peace that the low-end frequencies are hitting him too hard, but she ain't buying the remix. With the indoor throne weeping water like a rejected lover, the countdown has begun.
Prepare yourselves for the great outdoor journey. It's time to run, clench, and maybe, just maybe, sedate a squirrel with a puff of panic rainbow.
Let the games begin. Episode 4, Nature Calls.
All right, listen close, you cool cats and angular kittens floating out there in the digital void. We've reached that part of the gig. The transaction.
The moment where art meets the algorithm. It's a drag, Daddy-O, but even Kerouac needed cab fare.
If my particular brand of auditory truth just aligned your chakras, or at least distracted you from the crushing weight of existence for 5 minutes.
Lay some skin on that thumb over there. Give it a squeeze. Validate my reality, man. It gets lonely behind this microphone. And hey, don't just be a tourist in my psyche. Commit to the scene. Hit that subscribe button. It's harder than nihilism, but the payoff is sweeter.
Finally, if you want the cosmos to tap you on the shoulder every time I drop a new needle on the groove, ring that bell.
Let the vibrations shake you awake before the squares grind you down. Dig it? Solid. Now back to the cool sounds.
I was so confused, like a wet fart. Thought it was a secret, but the sound gave it away. Now my pants are soggy, ruined my whole